Jeff Bezos was not the richest when he started. No power, no fame, just a small garage and a single book. So how did he turn Amazon into an empire that changed the entire world? In this video, you will learn what Jeff Bezos did and the power that helped him transform a small garage into the Amazon empire. The year is 1994. The internet is still a joke. Most people don't even know what www means. Google does not exist. Facebook is not born yet. If you want to sell something, you rent a shop. Customers walk in, you wait and hope. But Jeff is different. He works on Wall Street. He makes $200,000 per year, very stable. He is smart, respected, and moving upward fast. But deep inside, he feels something missing. One day he reads a simple report. The report says, Internet usage is growing 2,300% yearly. 2,300%. Not 10, not 50, not 100. Have you ever seen growth that crazy? Would you ignore it or take the leap? Jeff cannot ignore it. He feels destiny calling. He knows if he stays safe, he will regret. And regret lasts longer than failure. So he makes a bold decision. He leaves his high-paying Wall Street job. He tells his wife, Mackenzie, "We must move." He warns his parents, 70% chance I fail. Still, he says, I must try or regret forever. With that, Jeff moves to Seattle. His office is a small garage. No team, no fame, no investors. Just one man, one computer, and a dream. But what should he sell online? He studies many categories: CDs, toys, electronics. He wants something huge, with endless variety. He wants something easy to ship worldwide. He wants something people don't need to test. Answer: books. At that time, a bookstore carried maybe 100,000 titles. But online, he could sell millions of titles. And so Amazon.com is born in 1995. He names it after the largest river, the Amazon, because he wants to build the world's largest store. In July 1995, Amazon.com goes live. The first order is made by a stranger. The book, Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies. Jeff packs it himself, tapes the box carefully. He drives to the post office and waits. That's how Amazon begins. Not with millions, not with hype. With one book, one order, one dream. Have you ever started small while dreaming big? Soon, sales begin to grow slowly. 1 book, 2 books, 5 books per day. But every order brings hope and proof. Jeff needs capital to grow faster, so he asks his parents for help. They invest $300,000, their life savings. He warns, "You may never see this again." They reply, "We believe in you, Jeff." With that faith, Amazon takes off. Within 30 days, books ship across America. Orders reach all 50 states and 45 countries. Customers love the prices and endless selection. Most of all, they love shopping from home. Jeff doesn't just sell books, he builds trust. He answers emails personally, refunds without trouble. He cares about loyalty more than profit. By 1996, Amazon employs 150 people. Sales reach $15.7 million that year. Growth is 800% per year, extremely rare. But Jeff is not satisfied. He tells his team, "We are not booksellers. We are building the everything store." The world laughs at him. How can one website compete with Walmart? But Jeff ignores doubt and keeps building. In 1997, Amazon goes public. Shares open at $18 on the stock exchange. By day's end, Amazon is worth $438 million. For many, That would be success enough. But Jeff is already planning the next move. Do you celebrate early victories or plan bigger ones? Jeff writes his first shareholder letter. He titles it simply, Day 1. He declares 3 rules. Obsess over customers. Think long-term. Make bold bets. And one shocking line, profit can wait. Investors are confused. Why lose money on purpose? But Jeff has a vision. He knows if customers love Amazon, money will eventually follow like a river. By now, Amazon is expanding beyond books, CDs, music, movies, electronics, toys. Each new step brings heavy challenges: warehouses, staff, inventory, logistics, delivery. But Jeff repeats one mantra to his team. If we solve harder problems, we grow stronger. He builds fulfillment centers, Amazon's special warehouses. At first, they are chaotic and slow. Workers walk 10 miles daily to find items. No robots, no AI, just grit and sweat. Jeff visits warehouses himself. He studies every movement and process. He asks, how can we make this faster? How can we make this more accurate? That relentless focus shapes Amazon's culture forever. By the late 1990s, Amazon is a rising star, not just a bookstore, but a new internet symbol. Yet just as success grows, disaster strikes. The year is 2000. The dot-com bubble explodes like a bomb. Thousands of internet companies collapse overnight. Investors lose faith and panic. Amazon's stock falls from $100 to $6, 90% of value gone in months. The media mocks Jeff Bezos. They write, Amazon is finished, game over. Have you ever been laughed at for trying? Most people would give up and quit. But Jeff does not quit. He tells his team, ignore the stock price. Focus only on the customer. Storms always pass. He cuts costs, fires employees, closes projects. It hurts, but it saves the company. While others vanish, Amazon survives the storm. In the middle of crisis, Jeff makes a gamble. He launches the Amazon Marketplace. For the first time, third-party sellers join. They sell their products directly on Amazon's site. Amazon takes a small fee per sale. Customers get more options and lower prices. Sellers reach millions of new buyers instantly. Amazon grows without extra inventory or risk. At first, people think it's dangerous. What if sellers cheat customers? They ask. Jeff replies, trust will decide everything. Today, over 60% of Amazon sales come from third-party sellers. But back then, it was one bold bet. One more example of Jeff's long-term vision. The dot-com crash did not kill Amazon. It made Amazon tougher, sharper, and hungrier. Jeff proved one thing: storms forge survivors. And yet, this is just the beginning. Because while the world watches Amazon's website, Jeff is already building something invisible. A secret engine that will soon power the entire internet itself. Act 2. The Machine Behind the Curtain, 1702. The year is 2000, and the dot-com bubble explodes violently. Billions of dollars vanish overnight, leaving companies dead in silence. Websites once valued at billions collapse into digital graveyards of memory. Investors panic, markets bleed, and the media cries out loud. Amazon is not spared from the storm. It suffers deeply. The stock falls from over $100 to only $6. Critics declare the company finished, calling Jeff Bezos a foolish dreamer. Employees worry about losing their jobs. Customers wonder about survival. But Jeff does not panic. He stays calm and steady. He repeats the same mantra over and over to his team. Forget the stock price. Forget the fear. Serve the customer. That simple line becomes the shield that saves Amazon's life. He cuts unnecessary costs and closes departments that drain resources. He makes painful layoffs, removing hundreds of positions across the company. He focuses on efficiency, tightening operations with brutal discipline daily. The process hurts, but the sacrifice is absolutely necessary. And then, in the darkest moment, he makes a bold decision. If Amazon cannot sell everything alone, others should join the platform. Thus, the Amazon marketplace is born from crisis and desperation. Suddenly, small businesses gain access to millions of new customers. At first, people laugh at the idea and predict failure. They say Amazon will lose quality and destroy customer trust. They believe no one will buy from unknown third-party sellers. But Bezos sees what others cannot, a future of infinite scale. Amazon now has endless products without buying or storing inventory. Sellers find buyers, customers find variety, and Amazon takes a share. The risk shifts away from Amazon, but the benefits only grow. Today, over 60% of sales come from this bold decision. But Bezos is not satisfied. He wants even greater advantage. He tells his team, "Your margin is my opportunity." If a competitor makes 40% profit, Amazon accepts only 2. Why? Because customers will never leave once loyalty is secured. This strategy looks insane to Wall Street, but Jeff does not care. He is not chasing quick wealth. He is chasing permanent dominance. By 2003, the gamble pays off. Amazon sales hit $5 billion. But behind the scenes, Bezos is already designing the next revolution. The next idea is AWS, Amazon Web Services, a hidden empire. In the early 2000s, startups faced one nightmare after another. They needed expensive servers, skilled engineers, and months of preparation. Most collapsed before even launching because infrastructure consumed everything. Jeff notices the pain and asks a simple, radical question. What if Amazon builds the backbone of the internet for everyone? His team is confused. Why would a bookstore sell computing power? But Bezos knows real power grows quietly, away from public eyes. For 2 years, a small secret team works behind locked doors. In 2006, AWS launches with only 2 simple services initially: S3 for storing data, EC2 for running applications remotely. Cheap, flexible, and instant, something the world has never seen before. Startups rush to use AWS because it saves money and time. Dropbox, Netflix, Airbnb, Reddit, even NASA all depend on it. Soon, even the CIA hosts sensitive data on Amazon servers. The bookstore has quietly become the invisible engine of the internet. By 2015, AWS makes nearly $8 billion in yearly revenue. By 2020, it generates over $45 billion annually worldwide. Today, 70% of Amazon's total profit comes from AWS. The world thinks of shopping, but the gold is in servers. Bezos builds 2 worlds, the visible store and the hidden fortress. One captures loyalty, the other generates endless fuel for growth. This duality becomes Amazon's unmatched advantage in the global economy. But speed is the next frontier, and speed means delivery control. Amazon once depended on UPS, FedEx, and the Postal Service. Packages arrived late, costs were high, and Bezos hated dependence. So Amazon begins quietly building its own logistics empire worldwide. Warehouses, fulfillment centers, sorting facilities, fleets of branded trucks. Later, cargo planes, drones, and real-time tracking powered by AI. Each piece designed to serve one ultimate mission: unstoppable speed. In 2005, Bezos introduces Amazon Prime, a dangerous new experiment. Customers pay $79 a year for unlimited 2-day shipping. Critics say it will bankrupt the company within a few years. But Jeff sees something deeper: a habit machine for loyalty. With free shipping, customers shop more often, spending double the money. Prime quickly grows beyond delivery, offering movies, music, and reading. By 2020, over 200 million people are loyal members. Prime is no longer a product, it is a permanent ecosystem. To support Prime, warehouses transform into high-tech robotic cities. In 2012, Amazon acquires Kiva Systems, the robotics pioneer. Small orange robots lift shelves, bringing products directly to workers. Walking miles per shift becomes seconds of robotic assistance. By 2019, over 200,000 robots serve inside warehouses. Speed rises, mistakes fall, and scale reaches unprecedented levels. Amazon now operates the most advanced logistics system on Earth. Not a military, but disciplined like one in every move. Yet Amazon still wants more than logistics. It wants presence. Not just in your wallet or city, but inside your home. In 2014, the Echo arrives, powered by a voice named Alexa. You ask the weather, order toothpaste, or play your favorite music. At first, it feels like a toy, a simple assistant. But Alexa grows smarter daily, learning voices, habits, and preferences. Soon it controls lights, thermostats, televisions, and even your fridge. Your home becomes a living Amazon network powered by voice. This is not just convenience, it is deep psychological intimacy. Amazon begins predicting purchases, sometimes before you even click. Their patented anticipatory shipping places items near you preemptively. It feels magical, but it is calculated prediction at scale. And still, Amazon sees one more battlefield: entertainment. Because attention is the currency that defines cultural power. Amazon launches Prime Video, bundling it free with Prime membership. At first, the platform looks weak compared to Netflix or HBO. But slowly, Amazon invests billions, building an entertainment empire. Award-winning series, blockbuster films, and exclusive global productions follow. Then come live sports, NFL games, Premier League football, cricket. Billions of viewers spend evenings inside Amazon's ecosystem of content. By 2023, Amazon invests $17 billion yearly in entertainment alone. The company now owns not just your money, but your time. From shopping to shipping, from servers to shows, Amazon surrounds life. It is not simply a store, it is a civilization tool. A company that reads habits, shapes desires, and captures attention. Yet every empire faces questions when power grows too large. How much further can Amazon expand without resistance from society? How long can Bezos stay, and where will he lead next? These questions loom quietly as the story moves forward again. Because what comes next is no longer just business strategy. It is about survival, legacy, and the ultimate horizon beyond Earth. By the late 2010s, Amazon was no longer a simple company. It had become a living system woven deeply into modern civilization. It stored your books, streamed your shows, shipped your groceries. It powered your business, hosted your websites, even listened in your home. Yet for Jeff Bezos, victory was never a place to rest. The higher Amazon rose, the heavier the weight on his shoulders. Politicians began circling, accusing Amazon of unfair dominance and monopoly. Workers protested conditions inside warehouses, demanding dignity and better wages. The media published harsh stories about surveillance, pressure, and endless efficiency. Critics argued Amazon was not just convenient, but dangerously controlling. Each package delivered faster was also a reminder of corporate reach, and every Prime renewal revealed how deeply people were locked inside. But Bezos had always built empires by embracing storms, not avoiding them. When challenged, he spoke of long-term vision, resilience, and obsession. He insisted that criticism was fuel and customer love was proof. And above all, he repeated the words, "It is still day one." Those words mattered because they kept Amazon restless and hungry. They reminded employees never to act like champions of yesterday. They pushed managers to reinvent, not defend, the systems already working. For Bezos, the enemy was not Google or Walmart, but complacency. Still, the scale of Amazon by 2020 was beyond imagination. Over 1 million employees worked worldwide, from coders to warehouse staff. Over 200 million Prime members ordered daily from every continent. Over 70% of Amazon's profits came from the invisible AWS. It had become a nation without borders, a silent economy inside economies. Governments feared its power, but also depended on its infrastructure. Small businesses both hated and relied on its massive online marketplace. Consumers criticized the reach, yet clicked "Buy now" without hesitation. And then, a new chapter began with one dramatic announcement. In 2021, Jeff Bezos stepped down as CEO of Amazon. He handed the reins to Andy Jassy, leader of AWS. Bezos himself became executive chairman, focusing on innovation and vision. The world gasped, wondering why he would leave his empire. But Jeff explained with calm clarity, "It's time to invent again." He wanted space to focus on climate change and Blue Origin. He wanted to think in centuries, not quarters, beyond the Earth itself. Blue Origin was his passion project, a dream from childhood days. He envisioned millions of people living and working in outer space, not fantasy, but long-term survival for humanity beyond one fragile planet. In his words, Earth should be the best residential zone in space. With Amazon stable and powerful, Bezos poured his energy into rockets. Each launch tested engines, capsules, and reusable boosters for future colonies. He believed humanity must expand or risk extinction from one catastrophe. And Amazon's wealth gave him the resources to chase this vision. Still, questions remained. Could Amazon thrive without its legendary founder? Would Jassy maintain the restless spirit or collapse under weighty pressure? Would regulators break the company apart, or would it adapt again? The story of Amazon's future was unfinished, written in every transaction. Yet even critics admitted something undeniable about Bezos's creation. Amazon had changed how people lived, worked, and even thought. The idea of waiting weeks for delivery now felt prehistoric. Streaming endless shows from home was considered a basic right. Alexa had turned voices into shopping carts, living rooms into hubs. AWS had powered revolutions in technology, startups, and government alike. Prime had locked people into habits that shaped entire economies. And Bezos's philosophy of customer obsession became a global business gospel. But beneath this triumph lingered a deeper and more personal question. What would Jeff Bezos' ultimate legacy be remembered for? Would he be the ruthless monopolist who conquered markets with aggression? Or the visionary who gave humanity tools to live beyond limits? Perhaps both were true, because legends are never simply one color. Bezos himself often said, "You can be misunderstood for long periods." He accepted that history would argue over his name endlessly. But he wanted Amazon to survive those arguments and keep building. In the end, his strategy was never about short-term applause. It was about building systems that outlasted any single generation. Systems of logistics, servers, artificial intelligence, and endless reinvention. Systems that made Amazon not a store, but an infrastructure of life. And maybe that was the secret hiding in plain sight. Amazon was not designed as a company. It was designed as a civilization. Every delivery truck, every cloud server, every Echo device was proof. Proof that Jeff Bezos had redefined what business could mean forever. The empire of packages and servers now stood at a crossroads. Would it dominate further into healthcare, banking, and global internet satellites? Would it create robots that walked into homes like silent assistants? Or would it fracture under weight, giving space for others to rise? No one knows because the story is still being written today. But one lesson is already carved deeply into the history books. Empires are not born from luck, but from relentless daily choices. Choices to risk, to serve, to sacrifice comfort for long-term power. Amazon's rise from a small garage to global infrastructure proves this. A bookstore became a marketplace became an ecosystem became a cloud became a civilization engine. And that cycle began with one man staring at one number. Internet growth at 2,300% changed a life and changed history. Jeff Bezos dared to quit comfort, embrace risk, and build relentlessly. That decision birthed a system that shaped the 21st century already. And it may shape the 22nd century if humanity survives. So when you order a package or watch a Prime Video tonight, when you ask Alexa for music or store files on AWS, remember that these conveniences are not just products, they are philosophy. They are the result of a mind unwilling to accept small thinking. The future of Amazon will continue, with or without its founder. The future of humanity may even depend on ideas he planted. Because when Bezos looked at the world, he saw more than profit. He saw continuity, resilience, and a destiny beyond our fragile Earth. And maybe that is the real question left for us today. Not whether Amazon wins or fails in quarterly reports or stock charts, but whether we too can build something that outlives our own time. Something bold enough, resilient enough, and visionary enough to remain. Because Bezos showed that one person, one idea, one decision can echo forever. From a garage of cardboard boxes to rockets piercing the sky, from typing www as a joke to commanding global infrastructures. From selling books one by one to building humanity's new frontier. And now the story passes quietly into our hands as listeners. What will we build? What systems will we design? What risks will we take? Because the greatest legacy of Amazon is not packages or profits. It is the reminder that ordinary people can choose to think extraordinary. My dear friend, this journey will not end here. Please subscribe, like, and share so we have more strength to create meaningful videos, spreading knowledge and inspiration in learning English to communities all around the world.